Hello, and thank you for joining us on this Earth Day. I'm Laurel Porter.
And I'm David Molko, and we begin tonight with the homeless crisis not only in Portland but across the state. In just a few moments, you will hear from some of the Democratic candidates for governor on our elected leaders' shortcomings.
But first, we want to zero in on the Laurelhurst neighborhood in southeast Portland. Christelle Kumwe joins us from near Laurelhurst Park. And Christelle, neighbors there are once again raising concerns about a growing camp.
Yes, Laura, it's been about 8 months since the city had a thorough cleanup of the area here around Laurelhurst, cleaning camps, removing property from campers who live on the street. But today we drove on by and saw that dozens of tents were back, and neighbors here are frustrated. It's Friday morning where at the edge of Laurelhurst Park, we found Scott cleaning the area outside his tent.
I've been here off and on, God, over a year now probably.
In that time span, he had to move several times. August 2021 was the last time the city conducted a thorough property removal, though the city says crews are regularly in the area to remove trash and debris.
I've been here 3 different times on clearing it. They just keep running us off and then we come right back.
About 8 months after the city's cleanup, Scott and dozens of other campers are back.
And it's been kind of steady, but I think it distinctly got more campers here in the last week.
Alan Combs lives near the park and wants the city to clear it again because of safety concerns.
I'm fortunate enough to live near the park, but I walk through and I go in the morning and I see the needles. I see people who've been so strung out they couldn't even make it into a tent for the night.
Not all bad. You know, just like everybody else, some are good, some aren't, you know.
The city is aware of the new camps at Laurelhurst. Friday morning, Rapid Response was on site, posting lime green eviction notices, warning campers they had 72 hours to pack up and leave.
If that's all it is, they'll just come back, right?
Alan thinks more needs to be done rather than just move campers.
They've got to make something available where maybe it's a tent, maybe it's a small shelter, but someplace where they can be safe and get some services.
As Scott prepares to clear out again, he's not sure where he'll end up.
Where else is there to go? You know, just it. Where is there to go? You know, I don't know. I'm open for suggestions.
The Laurelhurst Neighborhood Association is looking for solutions. They do have a safety summit plan for mid-May. And again, as I mentioned, the eviction notice for the campers has been posted and they have 72 hours to clear out, and that will mean Monday morning.
Christelle Kumwe reporting from southeast Portland. Thank you, Christelle.
Democratic candidates running for Oregon governor, by the way, say the homeless crisis is the #1 thing they are hearing about from voters. Today, Laurel and I moderated a debate partnering with the City Club of Portland. The candidates, former House Speaker Tina Kotek and State Treasurer Tobias Reed, and we asked them, if elected, what would they do differently?
And the challenging thing, the most frustrating thing for me is that money is available and we're not following through. We're not executing. So I think it's a matter of that urgency, making sure that transitional and emergency housing is available with the wraparound services that people need. And in the long run, we're getting a lot more efficient and effective and cost effective in building permanent housing.
I'm not happy with Mayor Wheeler's performance. I've worked specifically to say, here's money for an RV park. Where is it yet? When I said you need $2 million to clean up graffiti and trash on ODOT's property, it was there. I don't believe the city is focused in a way that they should. It is about being able to operationalize it. And as governor, we're going to have some different conversations about how to make that happen.
So they're pointing not to funding, but execution there. The candidates also went after each other's records when it comes to homelessness, and we tackled everything from law and order to addiction to racial justice. Now, that full debate is up on our KGW YouTube page. We'll also be digging deeper into it tonight at 6 on The Story. Plus, Laurel and I will be back with the Republican candidates in that race, the KGW City Club GOP debate that is slated for a week from next Tuesday.
It's just a senseless act of violence. And it's like, come on, y'all, like, who did this?
Family and friends are asking for your help to track down the person who killed Jeremy Gertner. The 44-year-old father's body was discovered in the Columbia River Slough. Family isn't sure how he got there. Detectives aren't either. Mike Benner joins us with more, including a reward for information. Mike?
Yeah, Laurel, Crime Stoppers is offering $2,500 for information that leads to an arrest in this case. Family of Jeremy Gertner hopes that motivates someone to come forward. Jeremy is described as a man who had many talents. He could cook, he could draw, he could fix just about anything, and he was incredibly smart and loving. It makes what happened to him all the more troubling. Back on April 8th, we're told somebody found Jeremy's body in the Columbia River Slough near Northeast 105th in Alderwood. Detectives aren't saying much other than he died of homicidal violence, and when Jeremy's body was found, he'd been dead for anywhere from 4 days to 2 weeks. Family is just baffled by the whole thing. They don't know who would kill Jeremy.
And from my teachings and from the way that we grew up, there's a special place in hell for people who take people's lives. A special place.
It's really senseless at the end of the day. It's like, I can't put it into words. We're all just sad, mad, and hurt.
Again, $2,500 up for grabs for information about Jeremy Gertner's death. You're urged to give authorities a call if you have any details. And remember, you can do so anonymously. Laurel?
Thank you, Mike. And Crime Stoppers and Portland police are asking for your help to also solve the murder of Robert Lewis IV. He was shot to death 3 years ago today near Southeast 93rd Avenue and Henry. Anyone with information about this murder can contact Crime Stoppers. You can stay anonymous and may be eligible for a cash reward.
Well, Little League in Clark County is crying foul tonight, not over a ball, but after an essential tool to keep ballparks in good shape got ripped off. Tim Gordon joins us now from the Salmon Creek Little League fields. And Tim, we are talking about a riding mower that went missing. One, those aren't cheap. And two, imagine having to mow all that grass by hand.
Yeah, David, and there's a whole lot of grass to be mowed here and a lot of baseball to be played as well. You can see the Little League Giants in the field, one of 5 fields here behind Geyser Middle School. Of course, it is summertime and the grass is growing, and now it's a lot harder to get it cut. The sun is shining on the Salmon Creek Little League fields, but it's kind of a dark time for the organization.
We had a riding lawnmower taken and a push lawnmower.
We've talked to Melanie Heaton before. She is a girls softball coach and serves in leadership on the volunteer-run Little League. Her 2 kids play, and her husband and son both help maintain the fields. Heaton says to replace the stolen John Deere riding mower, which you see here, will cost more than $8,000.
We have just shy of 400 kids that play softball and baseball out here, which is huge. So we rely on this equipment. We use it to help get these fields prepped all over for these kids to play. And I don't know how we're going to do it now.
They've got new, tougher locks now on the containers where the riding mower and push mower were stored. So who broke in and took them? Thanks to neighbors' security cameras, there are clues. This video shows a black Dodge Ram pickup truck pulling a black trailer in the time frame the gear was stolen. Same with the pictures, taken just after 7 a.m. on April 12th. They show a man and woman connected to the truck. A neighbor notified the Heatons that morning, who got there just after the black truck left.
So it's really frustrating, but at the same time, again, if it wasn't for our community around here watching out for our fields and watching out for our containers, we wouldn't have had any clue.
For 9-year-old Jackson, who plays for the Pirates.
Mostly outfield or third.
How do you like it?
Good.
He enjoys the game, but also enjoys helping his dad work the ball fields.
And it's really difficult now because now we have to take our own lawnmower down here and do it.
That's a lot of slow mowing and not sustainable. But $8,000 to replace the riding mower, the league doesn't have it.
I am really frustrated because I feel like not only did they hurt a nonprofit organization that's ran strictly by volunteers, but they stole from these kids.
So the hope is either the gear is returned or...
we catch the jerks and then we get our lawnmower back, hopefully, because they are very expensive.
Yeah, for sure. And again, the theft happened 10 days ago now on April 12th. And the Clark County Sheriff's Office has someone investigating. So got the same pictures and video that we just showed you. You know, for Jackson, the Heatons, and the hundreds of other kids and family members, the kids right down on this field right here, they really want to get some resolution. They'd love to have this stuff returned or get a break in the case. Back to you.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with Jackson there. Let's hope they catch those jerks because that's what they are. Tim Gordon, thank you.